Hi everyone. On this video, I am going to recap one of a drama and romance films from 2013. Call the title is Puppy Love. Before I am going to storyline, I wanted to say have a good day, and sit back and relax. Diane, a 14-year-old young lady who lives with her more youthful sibling Marc and her dad Christian, is anxious to investigate her sexuality. At the point when she visits her companion Antoine, the two strip bare and get into bed together. As Antoine kisses her and calls her lovely, she lets him know that she would rather not talk. He is sorry, and the two attempt to settle in different sexual positions. In the end, they are overwhelmed by clumsiness and choose not to have intercourse. Antoine brings her back home. There, her dad discovers her watching no-nonsense sexual entertainment, and she disregards his requests that she switch it off. Exasperated, he leaves. During school, Diane's companions examine whether losing one's virginity is excruciating. Diane meets with Antoine once more, and they momentarily hanged out together at his home. He mentioned that she stays, however she leaves for her own. Through her window, she sees her new neighbor, Julia, as the young lady's dad castigates her. Irritated, Julia pulls her draperies shut. As Diane and her family, Julia introduces herself and requests help finding a local piano teacher. Christian and Diane promise to help. At school, Diane approaches Julia with the name of a piano educator, however Julia says that she simply expressed that to meet Diane. The two strike a companionship, and Diane welcomes Julia to a party. Julia lets her folks know that she is resting over at Diane's home, however Christian communicates no worries with Diane's participation. Diane dismisses Antoine and passes on to find Julia, who is going to go on a vehicle ride with two young men. Julia welcomes Diane to join her on condition that Diane doesn't endeavor to prevent Julia from doing anything. As Julia and a kid have intercourse, Diane and the other kid leave the vehicle. After the subsequent kid becomes forceful and physically irritates Diane, the young ladies head back. As Julia and Diane develop nearer, they play with one another and kiss. Their families likewise become more well-disposed, and Diane goes on a getaway with Julia and her folks. There, Julia lures a barkeep. Despite the fact that Diane at first will not join the two in a trio, she later thumps on the entryway and watches the two engage in sexual relations. Julia urges Diane to have relaxed sex with a man at a club, however after he requests that she perform oral sex on him, Diane demands that she and Julia leave. Diane is shocked to find her dad has a lady in the house, and the clamor of their sex kept her conscious all the evening. In the first part of the day, she scolds her dad for his untrustworthy way of behaving, as he has not awakened Marc and gotten him arranged for school. Afterward, the two young ladies went out traveling with Christian and Marc. Julia plays with Christian in spite of Diane's distress, and the young ladies participate in a trio with a neighborhood man, Paul. Julia streaks Christian, and as he gazes at Julia, Diane rebukes him. After Christian becomes tipsy that evening, Julia kisses and disrobes him. Christian feebly drives her away and tells her that it is an impractical notion, yet she keeps on tempting him. Christian in the end collapsed, and the two engaged in sexual relations outside against a tree. As Diane searches for her companion, she is nauseated to see the two having intercourse, and she slaps her dad. Christian apologizes to her, and as she stomps off, he drives after her. After he gets her once more, Diane finds out if she would take off with her on the off chance that she inquired. Impartial, Julia says that she wouldn't, and Diane strolls into the traffic at a bustling street, no doubt stirring up a lot of frightfulness for the others. The film closes as Diane remains on the opposite roadside and grins. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more video like this.